Believe it or not, I've been seeing someone new the past few months. We're in that first phase, you know, where you're trying to keep it all inside, when you're careful about what you say about the past. Gertrude, she's called. A slightly silly name, admittedly, Trudy. This story isn't the kind of thing I'd usually tell her, but I developed this somewhat weird habit last summer. Well, not that weird, maybe, but I kind of got a bit hooked on something. I'm not ashamed of it, but as it goes, I kept on ending up at this bed shop. Maybe you know of it, the bed shop. It's in a beautiful building, really. Have you heard of it, the one off Ezra Road? I should say about this habit, I mean, it wasn't entirely random. Like, I did actually need a bed. I wasn't just with the shop stuff, you know, I wasn't just teasing. But yeah, something odd was happening. The weekend would arrive, Saturday morning, and I'd stroll round to the bed shop. The weekend would end, Sunday, 4 p.m-ish, weekend trading hours considered, and I'd check in at the bed shop, see what was happening with the new patterns and that. Sometimes I call my parents, see what they thought of what I thought of the bed shop. Okay, it wasn't quite that bad, you get the idea. Lovely building though, all these huge open windows, these warehouse frames. Oh, it's split over a couple of levels, it hardly feels like a shop at all. These lovely crooked wooden stairs. A cat, they had a shop cat creeping around and only occasionally scratching people. Gorgeous little thing. And absolutely loads of beds. If that's what you're after. Which of course I was. You know, I wouldn't really want Trudy to know this. But I didn't really have much to do during the weekends last year. I suppose that's what happens when someone leaves after that long. Me and my ex, we've been together nearly 6 years. You learn a thing or two about yourself, about your life, when that happens. Like how most of our friends were really her friends, as it turned out. Or how a weekend can be a big tank to fill when it's just you for water. But you know what it's like in these situations. Oh, pick yourself up, man! There's a whole city out there. There's Tinder, and Bumble, and Happen, and all 4 volumes of Winston Churchill's A History of the English-Speaking Peoples. There are pubs, and clubs, and clothes, and shops, some of which sell beds. And we should back at it again. Wondering if by ending it you've done the right thing. Wondering how she is. I'm thinking you might call, but yeah, they weren't great actually, our friends. But it was me that finished it, so maybe they thought I wasn't finding it that hard. I did try, by the way, I did try to pick myself out of it. You know, I got online, I joined and immediately left the gym. I got a BFI membership and sat through precisely 1 1/4 foreign language films. I did loads of things. I could be quite good on dates, actually, if I kept, you know, what I was feeling quiet. But, and this is what I mean about there being something magnetic about it, somehow even there, even meeting new people, the bed shop became part of things. I used to go on dates and have a good time, and the next morning I'd sort of suggest we go for coffee or brunch, and the next thing I know, we're in the fucking bed shop, and I'm asking them about Egyptian cotton and their opinions on the value of memory foam inch for inch. It was sort of a joke to me, I think. Mostly on myself, but I don't know. The staff, actually, and I should say, lovely people, the Ezra Road staff. I came to know some of them quite well. But I think they started to find it a bit funny. Because I did go on a few occasions with a number of different people, and I think they probably thought that the bed shop bit might have been the substantive element of the date. But I don't know. And try as I might, I couldn't sell them all. I couldn't pick a side. You know, looking back now, I do see that the bed shop thing was weird. But at the time, I didn't have such a problem. It's a horrible thing, you know. Having to pack someone you once loved into the back of a cab with all her possessions like she's one of them. And then banging on the roof because you don't know what to do. Telling her it'll be okay when you know it isn't going to be. Wondering if you're doing the right thing. That's a horrible thing. After that, the breakup, you know, I thought maybe I could live a little bit lighter. I could have signed up to a half marathon. I could have joked about my name being spelt wrong on a Starbucks cup. It's Tom. I mean, it's just fucking Tom. I could have just taken last summer and lived it like a really, really, really untalented advertising executive would have imagined I would have wanted to, had I been recently lobotomized. The pet shop had other ideas. Because whoever I was with there, I couldn't help but see them. Couples. And other couples everywhere. And that's not like meeting them in their homes. It's not like meeting their new kids, going for dinner with them, marrying them, seeing them off. The bed shop isn't like that. Instead, I find I was watching them. Watching as they laid down, as they snuggled themselves into the tester beds. Just how familiar they were with one another. The practice of the way they lay. These private, precious, intimate, comfortable things. And I'd ask myself, why them? Why them and not me and her? Why them after everything her and I had tried? But then I'd be back to it. The day that she left. Her neck craning back in the taxi. Her pain. Me, confused, numb, but also crying on the street. And then in the bed shop, I'd look at whoever I was with, smile broadly and think, never again. So, what changed? I mean, what changed apart from finally buying the bed? What changed apart from the autumn sales and the fact they tricked me onto their mailing list? Sometimes I think it was just her. Just the way she is. Truly, I mean, that first date, that chilly walk down past the locks to Victoria Park. Or did she shift something in me somehow? I think so sometimes, on good days. Though, life's never simple, is it? Because honestly, on others, I'm not so sure. I went for an Ottoman style bed, by the way. A double. I couldn't fit the king size in my room, as I had suspected. But those pillows, Trudy liked so much. Well, the good people of Ezra Road chucked those in for free. The duvet she thought was a bit scratchy. Really bloody expensive, actually. And hardly any sarcastic comments from the shop staff when I eventually placed my order. I still do feel weird things from time to time, you know, I can't pretend otherwise. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I think she likes me that much or anything, it's just some mornings when I wake up and she's asleep next to me, it's like the worry of hurting her, and the guilt from last time, like they pressed on me in the night. You can't express that kind of thing, of course, after 7 weeks. You can't tell this clever, kind, supremely balanced 29-year-old Norwegian geologist about how scared you are. Any more than you can explain the hours you spent agonising over the precise shape of the headboard that you're now both leaning back on. What are you supposed to do? Well, tea, I found, is my answer. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? But there it is, tea. When I feel like that, I go next door to the kitchen. I stir it 200-300 times as required, and then I bring it back. And as she talks, I sell myself the bed that for whatever reason I was finally able to buy. And because I like her, because I feel like it has to be this way, I stare at the ceiling for as long as it takes. I wait for the panic to pass.